Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football here at the Northwest 7-on-7 state qualifying tournament here with the new head coach of the North Crowley Panthers, Coach Ray Gates. And, Coach, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us this morning.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm super excited to be here this morning.
All right, Coach. Obviously, new job, new head coach for the Panthers. You're coming in. It's your first time as a head coach. Kids are learning the new system. You got to hire staff. I'm sure you're running around, drinking out of a fire hose half the time. How have the kids adapted to the new coaching staff and some of the changes in the schematic things that you guys are implementing here?
Well, the kids have been great. We've been blessed and we've been fortunate to have the type of group that we have this year. When you're coming in as a first-year head coach, you never know what you're getting into. You never know what you're going to inherit. And so for us to be able to be here with the group that we have, we're really fired up and excited about our kids. Not only our kid, but our administration. They have done a great job of providing us all the things that we need in order to be successful. So we're really looking forward to this group and what we can do come fall.
Yeah, I mean the facility upgrades there in Crowley ISD have been really impressive. I drive by the new stadium nearly every day right there off I-35. You guys have an indoor facility now. How important is that? In the indoor facility, people think that's just a football facility, but it's really not. It's for all extracurricular activities at the school. How big is that for North Crowley to have something like that on campus?
Well, it's a game changer for us. In order to be the best, you have to compete with the best in all levels. And so I think that one of the reasons why I decided to put my name in the hat for the North Crowley job is because I felt like the administration and the people there in our community really wants to be good at in athletics, not just football, basketball, but all sports. So for us to have those facilities that allow us to keep our kids in North Crowley, and also it allows us to be able to go indoor and practice, of course, whenever we have bad weather. And then the new stadium, it's unbelievable. A $56 million stadium, we didn't leave any stone unturned. So we're excited to be there to play the first game this year versus Arlington Sam Houston.
All right, now, obviously 7-on-7. We know it's not real football. I know you love the guys in the trenches. This is just the skill kids. What do you want to see out of your kids today when they're competing? What are things you're looking for?
I think you said that number one is just compete. Go out and just compete. Play hard. I tell our kids all the time, if we're giving our maximum effort, we can live with the result. We'll get everything else coached up. So number one, we're looking for our guys to come out and to compete. Number two, we want to see our guys be in the right position. We've been working about, the last month in our install of our offensive and defensive schemes. So we just want to see our kids come out, line up, play with the pace, play with tempo, and be in the right spots and hopefully make some plays on the ball.
Obviously, it's still early. You guys didn't do spring ball. You're going to have the extra week in the fall. So you don't know. I haven't seen your kids in pads yet or anything. But just from what you've seen so far, what kind of ball club? What are you guys going to hang your hat on in 2022 when the real stuff and the pads start popping?
Well, we're going to be a team that's physical. We're going to be a team that plays with a lot of passion and a lot of energy. I expect that from our coaches. I expect that from our kids. We're going to set the tone. Physical team up front. Be able to stop the run and do our best to make teams one-dimensional and be able to go score touchdowns. So, when it's all said and done, the game comes down to blocking and tackling. I think we have the kids to be able to do that. We're going to be an athletic football team. We can do a lot of things as far as being able to move and run. So we're going to put our kids in the best position to be successful.
All right, two more questions before we let you out of here and watch your kids. You were at Cedar Hill. You were under Coach Lynn. Well, just talk about some of the things that you took from Coach Lynn that you're taking with you. What did he really teach you about being a head coach?
Man, it's all in the details. He always says, inspect what you expect. And so right now coming into it, being short staffed, you have an opportunity. My first 2 weeks there, maybe 3, it was all about just observation, seeing how things run at North Crowley, trying to figure out the things that work well, the things that didn't. And then also finding out what it would look like with our stamp on things. So, the details are very important. We always talk about the vital things, and those are the things that end up winning and losing ball games. And so we stress to our kids all the time, the things that they don't think matter to football, those are the things that we harp on the most because we know football is what they love. They'll take care of those things, but the things that they don't necessarily think are important, once we get them to buy into those things, then we'll be exactly where we want to be in the fall.
All right, final question for you. Let's talk about your hometown a little bit. You are a proud native of Shiner, Texas, a former player there. Your picture was in an old Dave Campbell's Texas. Not that old, but your picture was in Dave Campbell's once upon a time. what a program they have down there at Shiner. I know you're very proud. When they made the state championship game last year, you were texting me. It's a small town, so I'm assuming this group that's come through the past couple of years. When did you first hear about how special that group was in Shiner? When all the folks from hometown were calling you, say, "Hey, we got some kids. These young kids are coming up." When did you start hearing about those guys?
Well, those guys. I mean, Shiner. It's more about tradition. Since I was a sophomore in high school, 1998, we've been in the playoffs every single year. We hadn't missed a year since then, and it's been, a tradition that's been built. And so every senior class that's there has kind of passed on the baton of that legacy to the next and upcoming group. And so it's an expectation in our hometown that we're going to show up and we're going to put together a team that our community can be proud of. So with the group that we have currently, a lot of guys know who the headliner in that class is. One of my little cousins, Dalton Brooks, but those guys are going to be special, and I think what makes Shiner special is the tradition that we're talking about. Our kids show up, they're hungry, they're excited, they're ready to defend that state title, and so I'm expecting us to be right back there playing for it all again.
Let's take that. North Crowley and Shiner are very different places. North Crowley is in the middle of Fort Worth. It's a big 6A school. But is there something that you can take from that tradition and trying to build that up and implement that kind of small town type of vibe here at North Crowley with your seniors and kind of pass that on down and have them take pride in the program?
Absolutely. And I've been talking to the senior group a lot about leave your mark, leave your legacy. What do you want that to be when you come back 10 years from now and you stand in front of a team and you talk to them about what it was like when you walked through these halls? So we're definitely preaching those things to our kids. We're trying to preach family. We're trying to bring everybody together and create a different vibe, something that our kids can grab a hold to that will sustain them for the years to come.
Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck today. Watch your kids play, and good luck in 2022.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.